program that I primarily use, not just for this project on Hatfield Street, but for our entire company. It's called BuilderTrend, and it basically runs our entire business from the sales side of things to the project management, all the way through the accounting, and we can do a quick overview and kind of get into more of the detail side of things with this program. So if we go specifically to Hatfield Street, this gives us the quick overview of everything that's going on, rather than be just what's going on with the weather that may or may not affect what's happening on site that day, to just the daily schedule and the to-do list. And one of the most important features that I know that John really enjoys is the daily logs, allowing to see everybody who's on site that day, and everything that was done on the job site that day, including photos to go along with that. And John really likes that feature because it allows him to be able to see what's happening on site, even if he's not at the job site, or he's on another job site majority of the day and not able to be at Hatfield. He can actually see what's happening. And for instance, this is a great example of what's going on just yesterday, where they're grouting the floors, the concrete floors, and they have getting the cabinetry up in the garage, and doing a little bit of repair work to some of the barn doors. The frames on the outside edge actually started to warp, and so we had to pull those apart and have them redone. So you see a lot of the details of what's happening on the job site throughout the day, and allows us to actually even make decisions here in the office of scheduling wise, and who should be at the job site next or the following week, or what might need to be delayed a couple days, just even based on the information that's provided here. If we look into specifically the project management on this job, we can go through the entire schedule, and there's a lot of information that can go into the schedule, and it really allows our guys on site to know everything that's going on, and without having to communicate by a phone call or a text message and tell them that, hey, by the way, countertop templates happening on this date. They're able to actually log in from their phone, go directly to the schedule for this job, and see everything that's happening on that day. So it saves time here in the office. It saves time for the guys out in the field, and allows them to just keep working throughout the day, rather than be bugged by me telling them over the phone or by a text message of what's happening. One of the features I like most about this program with the schedule is the Gantt chart, and it allows us to go through the entire project and really line it out a little bit easier than the calendar view. And I'm able to just drag and pull specific parts of the schedule, such as the painter. If he's not going to be finished up by the end of today, I can turn the calendar off and actually move his schedule out as needed. And this can be said for any portion of the project. And what we do at the end of every project is actually take this information, save it. That way we can use it for future use. And this gives us better information and allow us to be able to provide feedback to our guys, and even use ourselves here in the office, how we can become more efficient over the course of time. And as I spoke about the daily logs, it's a great feature. We're able to actually go back all the way to the beginning of the project and see exactly what went on. So for instance, if the electrician's out there and puts a plug or a wire in the wall, and then it gets drywalled over, and the drywaller didn't pull that wire through, we're able to actually go back through these photos and see exactly where that wire was, so we don't have to open up the wall bigger than we actually have to. That's just one of the examples that through the entire project that we do, just to be able to document and know everything that happen throughout the entire project. Another one that gets utilized is our to-do list, and this one's towards the end of the project, so there's not very much left on this. But for instance, with this equipment installation and final inspections on that equipment, there's actually not just a to-do item, but there's actually what they call checklist items that within that to-do we're able to actually go in and do a checklist, so you can get as detailed down to what is happening for, for instance, with this one is all the heating and cooling equipment and what needs to be done with the, at this point, only thing that's left is the final plumbing, final mechanical, and final electrical inspections. But as you can see down here a little bit, these are everything that's leading up to that point, covering with drywall, getting the shower pan inspected, as well as getting all the heating and cooling equipment installed. As we go through this, another probably the most important feature here is documents. We have documents from the initial plans, that we started with, to the post for the post tension, our engineering. Everything is documented and put into a file on BuilderTrend. That way, if a set of plans get ruined, or a subcontractor needs more information, or one of our guys needs more information on site and doesn't have the paperwork directly on them, they can look it up directly through BuilderTrend's app on their phone. We document everything down to the material specifications. If it's a remodel project, any pre-construction notes from a client of ideas and things that they might like to keep just record of as we move forward, we can pull that up and start to make decisions on countertop or tile or appliances, and even all of our subcontractor quotes and anything that's been signed, we're able to put in here too. So if we have a subcontractor quote that we plan on using that subcontractor, we have a signed document of actually what that agreement was. As we go through here also, another one that I use quite frequently is the budgets. This project in specific, we are able to start with our estimate, update that estimate to what BuilderTrend calls as a new expected. So if there's a change order in place, or the project started as one thing and progressed into another, we're able to actually update the budget throughout the entire project and have record of it. And within this, you're able to actually go through and have drop downs of where these changes took place and what change orders they're associated to. I use this for every project and try to keep clients noted of what's happening, and if there's any questions or they're not understanding why something came in more expensive than what they expected, we're able to back into this based on the change orders that were approved, and be able to provide them all the documentation.